This is Last I Heard, K4PEW with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. I'm not asking for any priority traffic because I know there isn't any. If there is, but just jump in there. For information on this net, you can go to YouTube. You can look up in K4PEW on the YouTube search block, and you'll come up with my channel, and it should show you a premiere. And you can just click on that, and you can watch us make fools of ourselves. You can watch us watch what's on the radio, so that way you can see what your signal strength is. You can hear other stations you might not normally hear from your location. Then you can figure out why, because you would also know their location. I always announce location, and we'll go from there. Anyway, people have found it useful. I don't find it particularly useful because I'm the one in the middle here. I hear everybody. Well, almost everybody. Let's see. Oh, for information on that, you go to YouTube, or you can go to our 146.415.net, 146.415.net. Information on Simplex. You can go to our groups.io site. That's groups.io. You can do a search for MJSS and sign up for our email if you so desire. We send out email reminders, but it's also a good forum for technical questions, as well as sales and finding equipment. Or you can email me at k4pew@arrl.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night, and lots of other times in between there. Like, for instance, we had a great breakfast this morning at a face-to-face QSO. There was about, I think there was 13, but I'm not sure. Good breakfast, excellent. Purpose of the net, although of course we do it here on 146.415.net. Of course, everybody knows that if you're hearing me. And you can, the purpose of the net is to have fun. Figure out what you can hear, what you can't hear, figure out why you can't hear it, and figure out if you got enough money and permission from the XYL to do better. Of course, you can't do better. It's hard to do better if you don't have the elevation. That's the real burden to some people who live in low elevations or behind great mountains. So, anybody have any? Well, tonight's, I'll just make the announcements I have for tonight. We had a great breakfast this morning over there at what you call it, Golden Corral. Had a good time. I'd love to have everybody show up, but I know that's not possible because family comes first, and so does sleep. For some of you have long nights. And just the other announcements were, we got the nets here on 2 meters, and then 2 meters upper sideband on 144.240, and then over to 6 meter upper sideband on 50.135. And we'll try to do a 220 net and 223.415 after that. I don't know how many will be available for that tonight, but I shall be. Any other announcements? Okay, somebody's got to clear their throat. I think that's the announcement. Tomorrow night, I just remembered. Yeah, man, I'm glad I remembered this. Is tomorrow night there's a 10 meter net on 28.415, 28.415 upper sideband, 7:30 p.m. And it's wonderfully handled by the well-renowned and at least renowned in the general Ashland City area, Michael KM4YRF. And you usually normally have to have permission to speak to him, but Sunday nights you can do that right at 7:30. Maybe get an on-the-air autograph. Anyway, any other announcements? All righty. Well, we'll be this is net number 848 for those of you that give a dang about what net number we're on. And we're starting from the north, but we'll be taking people short on time first. So please come in. Those short on time, please come in. All right, I heard Larry in there, and I think I heard, was that you, Chris? KQ4AE, I forgot the last letter. Tango. Tango, very good. Yeah, it didn't come across, it was clear. Are you?
Yeah, I'm trying a different antenna.
I don't think it's working as good as the other one.
A very good one. It's a convenient one.
Well, you've got an S7 signal to me. It's just not it's not as clear. I don't know whether that's conditions, but you're not that far away, so it shouldn't be that big a deal.
foldable agreed antennas, so it's probably not a good output, but
Oh, okay, very good. Yeah, it's a substandard antenna, but it's what they call a tactical antenna because it's cool.
yeah, it fits in the bag. I think it holds up pretty good.
Very good. That was Chris in Rural Hill, Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Echo Tango. I believe I heard Larry in there. Kilo Golf 4 November Tango Foxtrot. Correct there, Larry?
Sort of slip in. I overslept. It was done too. Come down up. It just didn't happen.
Oh, that's all right. We'll catch you next time. I was ready though. I had my laptop and the software and ready to go.
Okay, we have it in 2 more weeks. I think that'll be Thanksgiving weekend. Are you gonna have it?
Is that? Oh, that is Thanksgiving. Yeah, we're gonna have it anyway. Yeah, we're gonna have it because everybody. It'll be a great one because everybody. A lot of people are off. So Saturday's a free morning.
Yeah, careful. I'll buy that radio. Hey, I'm sorry about that, Paul. I really am. Got up late. But I'll buy it down there and I'll just shoot a piece if you think about bringing that laptop. I sure appreciate it. So, you been doing all right?
Oh yeah, doing great. Yeah, make sure to bring that programming cable. Don't forget that cable.
I don't know if I've got a programming cable with that or not. Oh, I'll have to check to see.
All right. Well, very good. We were going to need that. I'm confident we'll need it from an Anytone for that radio. I can't believe that he'd sell that to you without the programming cable, though.
Oh, I can't see, and if I ain't got one, I'll get one. I'll call Tom. I'll call Tom and find out. But I don't think I've got it. I know I ain't got no cable with it.
All right, very good. Ask him about that. And I may have one here, or somebody else may have one that we can use. So don't push too hard. I mean, if it's a real problem, but you can probably get them on eBay for $10 or something. You know.
Yeah, careful. We'll do something. Okay, I'll let you know between now and then if I find one or not. And I'll be talking to you maybe Wednesday night or next Saturday night or something. I'll let you know if I find one. I'll call Tom and see what he says.
Yeah, very good. No problem. That was Larry in Murfreesboro, Kilo Golf 4 November Tango Foxtrot. We were trying to get together to reprogram his DMR radio, his handheld. Anybody else short on time?
4 Yankee.
Oh boy, I got that. There was 3 or 4 in there. Let me hear. Who was the Yankee station?
Mike.
Oh, Mike. Dang it, Mike. Give me your call.
Thought you'd recognize my voice. Whiskey Oscar 4 Yankee.
Well, I do, but you throw me a curve when you just give me the Yankee. That's all.
Yeah. Anyway, we had my daughter got married today, and I've had a busy Friday night and today, so I'm pooped out, and I'm going to check in early today.
Oh, fantastic! Good day to have your daughter be married. Hopefully, she's a happy bride.
Oh yeah, everybody's happy. Good groom, good husband. You know.
Oh, awesome! That's great. Good to hear it. Yeah, it's the only one. Yeah, everybody else is happy, but the only one I ever get concerned about is the bride and groom.
That's right. It's their day. But yeah, had a good time down there. So anyway, I'll let you get back to it. Whiskey Oscar 4 Yankee.
Very good. That's Mike in Pleasant View. Pleasant View? Where are you?
Yeah, that's right. I meant to correct you. Last time I talked to you, you thought I was up there. I'm here in Laverne.
Oh, that's right. I don't know why I connect you with Pleasant View. It's Laverne. Very good. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I'm a slow learner. Anyway, that's Mike and Laverne. Whiskey Oscar 4 Yankee. In Laverne. Who else is short on time?
AR4 Alpha Zulu.
Hey, Tim, are you doing okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Doing good. How about you, Paul?
I'm doing fantastic. Although it's a little cool out there without a jacket on.
Got that right. I got used to that 70-degree weather, and it just kind of like flipping a switch. I went, I don't know about this, but I have to hang in there with it, I reckon. Now I run here and turn radios on. I got to get back out there and take care of some other stuff. So thought I'd jump in here, say hello, and check in, see how everybody's doing. I'll turn it back over to you, Mr. Paul. Sounding good up here in the borough. 73 AR4 AZ back to net control.
Yeah, very good. That's Tim in Murfreesboro, Kilo Romeo 4 Alpha Zulu. And we're bumping up against 20 over on this, so you got a real good signal out of Murfreesboro today. Who else is short on time?
W4
Hey, hold on, Eddie. I heard somebody else in there with a very weak signal. Who was that station, please? Who was trying to check in besides Eddie? I got no audio. All I hear is a carrier and a couple of clicks. All right, I'll take Eddie. You doing okay, Eddie?
Yeah, I hope everybody else is. We're up here watching a movie, so I know that. Give you another number, and yeah, it's definitely turned cold.
Oh, I know it. You're working at rowing machine hard every day?
Yeah, I'm still doing 10 minutes every day.
Nah, do it. Just like I said, do that as long as it's comfortable, and then you'll say, well, that's a little easy. I'll go to 15 or something, you know?
Yeah, I may be doing that pretty soon. Thanks for doing the net, and everybody better stay warm. That's before we get.
Yeah, very good. That's Eddie. He's in Gladeville. Whiskey 4, Echo, Bravo, X-Ray. Who else is short on time? Still got nothing but a carrier, no audio whatsoever. Anybody else short on time? Wherever that station is, we're running. They're not going to be short on time. They're going to be out of time eventually. Is that station still out there trying to whack that push to talk or something? Very good. Anybody? Nobody else short on time? Any first-time check-ins? Anybody? And we're starting from the north tonight, so North Station, please come down.
WB0 Noah.
Hey, Mark, were you surprised to hear me on D-Star?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't hear very many on D-Star. I hear more than I did on DMR, but still don't hear very many. I don't know how many check-ins you had.
We had on D-Star 5.
Oh, okay. Well, if I was one and I heard 2, that only leaves 2 I didn't hear.
Yeah, very good. No, it was fine. It was fine. Again, this is just there aren't that many D-Star Simplex users. That's the problem. I said problem. There just aren't that many.
Yep. It sounds good though, don't you think, compared to DMR?
It sounds good compared to DMR, although I did see there was I forget who it was, but one of the stations, it wasn't making it. In other words, it had the same issue but it didn't seem as bad. You know, the station in the Fusion, there was a serious problem tonight where nobody could hear Michael. You just barely tell he was there. But yet on D-Star, it only had one station even had a minor problem.
Yep. I think it works pretty good. So, but anyway, I don't really have anything for the net. Sorry, I missed breakfast this morning. But just didn't get up. So I'll try for next time.
Oh, you missed a good event because breakfast was free. It's unbelievable.
Oh, that figures.
They said anybody over 70 gets a free breakfast. I wish.
That'd be all of
it. That's right. There was a lot of us, that's for sure. Anyway, a lot of over 65s there this morning, but there was some that were a little younger than that. Anyway, that was Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar up in northwest Wilson County. Who else is north?
K3CTP.
Hey, how you doing, Brian? Good to see you this morning.
Yeah, it's good to be seen. And it's been a lot of fun. Got everything going and got everybody stirred up. Now we got to hear them tonight, right?
Yeah, so what we're going to do, you stirred me up, and now since you were so heavily arguing the CW operators are the only good operators in ham radio, experienced, all American CW people. We're going to start a CW net.
Okay, sounds like a plan. When do we check in?
No, you said you don't like formal check-in nets, so you're not even allowed to show up.
I got my key right here.
I'm sure you do. No, I don't think it would be great. Well, we could we could even do a 2-meter net on the CW.
Absolutely, all mode, all. I'm sure it's got it says CW on there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And a lot of people don't even realize that. They think a CW is limited to just the the HF modes, but in the sideband, in the CW modes on HF. But not true. You can do it on 2 meters, 70 centimeters, anywhere.
Well, you can hear it on every repeater that's out there.
Oh, exactly. People just don't think about that thing. Anyway, you didn't get anything good for the net besides a great breakfast and some good heated debates?
I'm still trying to get this darn airplane together. This is another thing I was supposed to buy.
Oh, really? Missing a part?
Yeah, a couple of them. Nothing major. Just to mount that motor to the firewall. So I guess that might be important.
It's kind of helpful. You don't want to use duct tape for that.
Yeah. Well, you don't really want to epoxy it either, because when it breaks, it'll just shred everything. But no, it's another hobby. That, one of those things that you do a little bit, give it up, and do a little bit, give it up.
Oh yeah, well, you got to find another place to spend your money.
Yeah, well, it's time, not money.
Oh yeah, I understand. Yeah, very good. Everything else good, Brian?
Oh yeah, we're doing fine. And we were on here earlier with one of the guys locally, so maybe he'll check in. Of course, he may not know that he's north.
Oh, Reggie? Yeah, I heard Reggie. I heard you guys talking. I heard Reggie in there. So he's checked in before, so maybe he'll show up tonight. It's all good. I think tonight's a football night, so I'm not sure. Isn't tonight a big football game?
Tennessee won already, and Alabama won by just a little bit. And I think the other one's Georgia.
Well, when you say by a little bit, when you look at the standings and the score, it doesn't say their win was by a little bit. It just says win.
Well, yeah, okay.
Very good. Anything else, Brian?
No, that's it.
Very good. That's Kilo Alpha 3, Charlie Tango Papa. That's Brian in Hendersonville. Anybody else north? North or west?
Yeah, 4WBZ. 4TJS.
Okay, had like a quadruple in there. I heard Chris first. Everything good, Chris? It was good to see you this morning.
Everything's good here. Yeah, it's good to see everybody. At least those that showed up. See those that didn't. Talking to Jack this morning about Parks on the Air. Made an account. Sitting here reading through the rules, trying to figure out what I need to do, and probably going to do that sometime in the near future, maybe the next couple of weeks. So, be something new to play around with. Something I can do mobile, but still sitting on my butt. So, should be good. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Back to that. Yeah, 4WBZ.
Very good. That was Chris getting all ready for a Parks on the Air account. Well, he's got an account. Now he's just got to do it. The Chris and the Parks on the Air. That was Chris, KI4WBZ in Hermitage. Who else is west?
AG4SO.
Ah, very good, Charles. How you doing?
Not very good. J-pole snapped in half again.
Oh man, oh man. What did you do? Snap it in half after you froze it? What the heck is going on? Your signal is actually pretty good. I can hear you pretty good.
I'm back on the scanner antenna. I was pushing, I had it tied off, but I was pushing it up, and it's dark out there, and I was trying to push it back up again. There it goes, back on the ground.
Oh boy. Well, let's hope things get better in the future. No, your scanner antenna is working good.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to get it even higher, but Try to get that GP1 down, set up higher too, but it's a work in progress over here.
Is that a discone? Is it that scanner antenna you have?
It's like a ground plane, I think. It's actually for an indoor scanner antenna.
Oh, wow. Well, it's doing fine.
Easy for us.
Very good. That was Charles with an S5 signal on a scanner antenna out of Ashland City area. That's Kilo Gold 4 Sierra Foxtrot Foxtrot. Who else is west?
KO4 MKD. KO4 OTV.
Hold on, I had a couple in there. I had Joel in there, and I had MKD. Hold on. Man, I forgot MKD's first name. That's terrible.
It's Kangaroo Octopus 4 Meteor Scale Dinosaur. It's a tug.
Yes. Yeah, it killed dinosaurs. I heard somebody say that lots of things killed dinosaurs. There was a multiple of things. I don't know whether that's true or not. Anyway, how are you doing tonight, Doug?
I'm doing well, Paul. Just sitting back here in the shack trying to stay warm and enjoying that corncob pipe and a cup of coffee.
Oh man, a corncob pipe. I haven't seen one of those since my grandfather. That's 60 years ago.
Really, really expensive pipes. Some I would be embarrassed to tell you what they cost, but none of them spoke any better than this $7. Yeah, it is. It's hard.
Oh, okay, but yeah, my grandfather, I believe it was his corncob pipe. I'm pretty sure, and he wasn't about to replace it, so he stuck a piece of copper tubing in that hole and used that for a year.
Well, that would work, but it might give you a little strain.
No, I thought it was pretty strange myself, but he loved that pipe.
Yep, I understand. You kind of get that.
Kilo Oscar 4 Mike, Kilo Delta. That's the Pleasant View? Is that the correct name? No. Yeah, what is it? Tell me. Doug, you're where again?
I'm in Greenbrier.
Greenbrier. I don't know why I always get that confused. Greenbrier. Somehow I got to remember that Greenbrier without looking it up. You can tell I don't use a cheat sheet or notes on this. I don't look back, so I'm wholly dependent on my feeble brain. Anyway, that was Doug in Greenbrier. Kilo Oscar 4 Mike, Kilo Delta, and Joel, who I've already talked to twice tonight on D-Star, and where else was it?
D-Star again. We kind of got to chat after the net.
Oh yeah, D-Star is pretty cool. I hadn't been on it before.
I really love it, man. It's out of all the digital modes I've been on, it seems to be the clearest. I still haven't tried. What's the other mode y'all do?
DMR. Save your money.
No, I do for the C4 FM. Does that sound right?
Yeah, the Yaesu C4 FM. Yes, it's a nice mode. D-Star, as far as I can tell, and doesn't get out as well. Yeah, I would just say that it just doesn't seem to get out as well. The D-Star has some problems with propagation because it's a digital mode, but it still seems to. I don't have enough experience. Get out. C4 FM.
Okay, I've never tried it. I've heard everybody talk about it, but I didn't know if it was any better than. I have to say, it's by far the clearest mode I've been on as far as digital goes.
Oh yeah, man, those Japs know what they're doing.
If I'm not mistaken.
It probably is in terms of ham radio digital modes. I don't know if there were some others out there. That one is. Yeah, again, it's one of the reason I was going to say the reason I like D-Star so much now is because so it's free. I didn't pay nothing for it.
Yeah, that's always good. And I tell you, that's what I talk on too. The 5100 on top of my Icon 7300. So it all looks like one radio.
So you're talking about that black plastic thing, the angled face for the angled face to mount on with two screws?
That's it.
Yeah, Jack had that too. And in fact, he gave it to me broken. I had to fix it.
Oh no, it was broken?
No, it had a screw missing out of it. So and oddly, I had a screw sitting here. Just happened to be exactly the right size, as if he goes, hey, that's exactly where I left it in your shack.
Outstanding. So do you like the radio?
Oh yeah, even though it's like Jack said, it looks kind of clunky by today's standards because it's 5 or 6 years old. That display. I don't care what the display looks like.
That was me too. I was going to go with the FDM 400, and I was like, I could save some money by not going color. But I like the touch screen. It's got dual squelch, dual volume, dual receive. Which not that I need that, but I do like well. And you can scan on one channel and talk on another. It's a pretty cool little radio. It's packed full of all kinds of features.
Absolutely, it's a very nice radio. I didn't know, I'd never used one like that, this one before ever. But no, I'm impressed. It's a really nice radio. It's got a good feel to all the controls, and the display's fine. Like I said, I don't care. Wouldn't even care if it had a display at all.
Oh, I'm the same way. I care less. I mean, the one in my truck is about as basic as it gets. It's just a 2980. It looks like some play school stuff, but I love that radio too, just because it is so plain. But that 5100, man, is such an outstanding radio. I'm still finding out stuff about it, but it's a really good. I mean, I only paid like $379 for it, I think, which now is probably $500. I don't know, but I haven't priced one in a while. But it is a fantastic little dual band radio for sure.
Yeah, no, it makes me want to buy one, but I only have that. The only reason I buy it is because it has D-Star, but I just can't imagine why I'd need a third or fourth mobile radio.
Oh, I get it, and that radio there. I mean, it's a mobile radio, but I mean, it's a great base station radio as well. I love it, man. It's definitely one of the most I've talked on. I've talked on that radio probably more than any of them, but yeah, I talk on the 7300 just about as much.
Yeah, very good. No, it's a fine radio. Now that we've sold 13 of these things, that was Joel, Kilo, Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor, and he is in the Joelton vicinity, Joelton, Ashland City, west of that, on the boondocks. Anybody else west or south? All right, very good. I had technically 3 in there, KM4YRF. I had KN for TJF, and I had Tony KF for KFQ. Well, let me take if I can hit two with one stone there with Michael and Rick. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, Paul. Have a little mortality and turn around and go back to Charlotte.
Yeah. You were mentioning that. It's a you're really noisy signal. You're just in a bad way tonight in terms of that. It's funny because Joel is clear as a bell, and you're not. You're probably not holding. It's Rick again. I'm sure of it. Just get him farther away from the radio. Telling you, man. He's like a like a black cloud over his head.
I hear that. Had a great time at the breakfast today, as usual. Good food, good company.
Yeah, that's Michael KM4YRF and his brother KN4TJF, both in Ashland City tonight. And Mike, of course, does the outstanding Sunday night 10-meter net at 228.415 at 7:30 p.m. And Tony, what's up?
Saturday, Christmas Eve, 7 p.m. You can check in even if you don't have littles.
Or vittles, for that matter.
Or vittles, yeah. I mean, anybody have deer cookies, that's fine. They can check in with those.
Very good. That was Tony. He's, of course, promoting his Santa Net that starts at 7 p.m., 1900 local time, and right here on this frequency. And make sure if you have children to check in with them, and if you don't have children, check in anyway, because you can monitor. If you can monitor me, you can certainly monitor Tony. But anyway, anything else for the net, Tony?
No, that's pretty much it. Yep, that's pretty much it.
Very good. And I didn't mention that's on that's Christmas Eve at 7 p.m. I didn't say that, but it was presumed, and you can never presume anything. Christmas Eve, 7 p.m. Tony is presenting. He's bringing Santa over the air from presumably the North Pole or somewhere in that general vicinity. Who else is west or south? Oh boy, I heard I know that one. I know Kilo Delta for Charlie Victor Echo. That one I heard. Everything all right there, Greg?
Doing well.
Very good. Let me move on because there was like 3 or 4 people in. Who were the other stations?
KG4 ILV.
Ah, very good, Jack. Good to see you this morning as well.
Yeah, it was good to see everybody there. Had a good time, and thanks for doing the net, Paul.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah, that radio works good. But see, now I'm a dual personality. I sound like me, but my ID is Jack.
Now I'm going to have to wrestle you to get it back.
I don't know. So I said it's they said I told I like the mode because the radio's free. It was like I was married to that Cuban woman for 26 years, and there's a saying in the Spanish from Cuba that said, um, "Stolen goat tastes better."
That sounds about right.
So in other words, if you get something for free, man, it's better than regular,
Well, thanks for doing the net, Paul. I'll get out of the way.
Very good. That's Jack. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. He is in Donaldson. Who else is west or south?
Okay, C14, GM, Tom, and Rockwell.
Hey, Tom, hold on 1 second. I heard Charles in there from Nashville. You sound good, Charles. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November, Quebec.
Yeah, good evening, Paul. And I guess Stolen Goat does taste better there, over.
Yeah, I always like that statement. It was the other one that was funny, and I can't say it in Spanish because I don't know how to say that. But the other one that always cracked me up was if somebody was acting in kind of highfalutin, that they were acting like they were better than other people. They would say that those people they think they fart higher than their ass.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I got a big laugh out of that. But I also want to go ahead and thank you for your service as a veteran and any others that might be listening. We really appreciate it. We really do. And I'll let you get back to the net. Y'all have a good evening, KC4. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Charles. Yeah, lots of people got into that mode. I'm not sure when it started, but when I got out of the Navy in '72 and we came back from Vietnam, there weren't many people thanking me in '72, but since then they've been fine. But I didn't really need thanks. I mean, I felt I did my duty and was glad to do it and glad to get out. Anyway, that was Charles in Nashville. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November, Quebec. Appreciate the kind words. And I heard Tom, Kilo Mike 4 Tango Mike. Did I get that right?
You got that right, sir. KM4TM. Good evening to you and to everybody in the group. Just thought I'd check in and give you a number and wave my hand at everybody. I've been watching this Georgia and Mississippi State football game. Georgia number 1 is starting to kind of run away with it, so I'm not watching it as closely as I was, but nonetheless, it's still there, so I'll get back to that in a minute. But everything's good here. Just kind of trying to get prepared for this massive cool down we've got. I don't think we're supposed to get out of the 40s for 2 weeks or a long, long time. So it's going to feel like winter for a while. So that's about all I got. Paul, hope you are doing well, and everyone that can hear me, hello from Tom, KM4TM.
Yeah, very good, Tom. That was Kilo Mike 4 Tango Mike. And yeah, games that get run away with, heavy one-sidedness. It's almost like beating up on, I don't know. Sometimes it's not fun to watch a runaway game. Anyway, it was Tom in Rockville. Kilo Mike 4 Tango Mike. Who else was south?
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Hey, Larry, you're doing somebody doubled with, right?
Yeah, we're good here, man. Let's get on with it. KG4 is what
Very good. That was Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor Larry in Rockville. Always really good signal. There was another station in there. There's another station south or west?
How about the west station?
I said west about 3 times. What are you talking about, Roy? You're north anyway.
Well, okay, wherever I am. KO4OK.
Yeah, are you doing okay this morning? It was good to see you.
Yeah, it was good to be there. And yeah, I'm fine. I had to fire up my smoker today, get a bunch of smoke. Everything's fine, and I'm just chilling, listening to that. Thought I'd chime in there.
Got everything lined up for your full-time retirement job?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah, no. I've been retired now for I forgot how long. 12 years, 13 years.
I hear you. Well, I've been retired less than that many days, and I'm working on my general ticket and moving forward, so it's all good.
Awesome. You're still using that program that one you paid for?
Yep.
Good. Glad to hear it. Well, keep after it. I'm sure you'll do fine.
All right. Well, anyway, I'll let you get back to that. J04OK here.
Very good. That's Roy and Madison. Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Kilo Echo. Kind of a scratchy signal. We're using something different tonight, Roy, because unless the conditions are wacky.
No power.
Huh? You say no power?
Very little.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Very good. Just want to make sure it wasn't something else going on there, like you were being held hostage. Anyway, that was Roy. Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Kilo Echo. Anybody else south?
KO4 DFA.
Hello, John. How are you?
I'm well, Paul. Enjoying this cool air, and I actually found a radio. I had a bad BNC elbow on my radio. I didn't realize how bad that could make things.
Oh, that was you with the no audio?
No, this was something I discovered about 4 days ago when I finally was like, I'm tired of dealing with it. I had some standing wave SWR issues, and I was like, what is doing this? Why am I having such a problem? And then I finally remembered, oh yeah, this elbow, it's garbage.
It was funny. As long as I've been in ham radio, I've only had a couple of things that have, and I rarely used them, that had that BNA, not BNA, but the, what do you call it? What is that called now?
BNC.
Yeah, BNC. I couldn't think of it. I think of it as a bayonet type connector for some reason. It always seemed like it was too wobbly to me. It wasn't secure.
Well, so don't buy any electronic parts on Amazon because they are all wobbly. But I bought them from DX Engineering, and the tolerances are way higher. Oh
yeah, no, there's a lot of that stuff that it's not brand name, but it's not very high quality. But you're back on the air and doing well.
Yeah. I've been listening to 40 meters last couple of nights, and it's been kind of fun and interesting. I haven't really stepped in or anything, but just kind of listening to see what's out there.
Oh yeah, it's all good. Even if you're just listening, it's all good.
It's definitely interesting to hear all the way the atmosphere fades in and out, and how those signals kind of propagate.
Yeah, I remember showing my wife that she was unfamiliar with ham radio, and we were listening to a station. I don't remember where it was, but it was like, so here we were just listening to it, and I was pointing out, see how strong that signal is right now. And what was interesting is that it went from a nice signal, and it was like somebody was just turning down the volume as the conditions changed. It was just nothing. See how quickly that changed? It was amazing.
Yeah, I find it fascinating. It's and I guess it's been opening up a little bit, but I haven't. I'll check the maps tonight to see how good it is. But I hear it's been getting good.
Yeah, it has been on some of the bands. Your signal seems to be cracking up a little bit. Is something loose connector there? One of those PNC connectors.
I'm on a Bluetooth, and I can't guarantee that it's that great.
Okay, very good. That would be probably what it was. A little bit of, it was almost like a little tiny bit of picket fencing, so that might explain it. And it's on voice activated?
No, I'm pressing a button, but it's a rickety little $100 thing, and I've got a pair of iPhone headphones plugged into it, so it could be anything.
Well, no, that time it did sound pretty good. It sounded real good. Anyway, anything else on that, John?
Nope, that's it. Carry on.
Very good. That's John. Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Foxtrot Alpha in, I believe it's Hermitage, right?
Correct.
Yeah, sometimes I get confused about the delineation between Hermitage and Donaldson. Anyway, I'll just say Davidson. That's why I said Nashville, Davidson County. That's all I got to say. I know where it is. Who else is south? South or west? South or west or east?
Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo.
Hey, Richard. Good to see you this morning.
Good to be there. I enjoyed myself, and I always do. But hope everybody's doing well. Appreciate what you're doing, and always do. But I'm not keep you very long. I just want to say hello and check my better half in KI4SOR if you would, please. And I'll talk to you when I can. KI4S, I'll be back in that 7-3.
Very good. That was Richard and his bride, Stephanie, Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo, and Kilo India 4 Sierra Oscar Romeo, just west of downtown Lebanon. Who else is south or east?
KG4 CXE, Chris in Rural Hill.
Hey, Chris, you sound great as always. Of course, they're always, well, you weren't always close, but close. In either case, it was good.
Yeah, close enough, right? Yeah, everybody sounded good tonight. I heard quite a few on the digital. I don't know why I couldn't make out Michael, but yeah, for the majority, it sounded pretty good.
Yeah, same reason I couldn't hear him, because it's just his conditions from his location were horrible. From at least whatever the deal was, I think he's using one of those cheap antennas or something.
Yeah, and honestly, I think I might still be low enough to where there's some hills and stuff between me and him that I'm just not. We don't have perfect line of sight, so it's all good.
Yeah, but I couldn't hear him either.
Yeah, and you're definitely probably 100 feet higher, maybe 50. So
that's what I mean. It's just funny, and he was having trouble. Nobody could hardly hear him. Really, it was just very odd. In fact, he'll have to get to the bottom of that, because I don't think it's all conditions. Because normally from where he is, I can hear him. Anyway, anything else for the net there, Chris?
No, that's all I've got. It's freezing out there. Everybody stay warm. 73. Like 24 tonight or something like that.
Yeah, I like cold weather until I realize the gas is now being consumed to heat me.
Yeah, and adding a little bit of the gas fireplace into it as well. Staying a little toasty, but it's not warm.
And I grew up in a home where my parents would keep the home in the winter at about 60 degrees in the winter, and it was in a winter climate. You're living with cheap people. Like my grandparents are already dressed in a coat and heavy pants.
Yeah, you're just wearing all the same stuff inside. Yeah, I came into one of the ancillary rooms, right, not the main room, and it was freezing. I didn't want to be in there.
The south or east? Yeah, very good. You miss you.
Oh, what I miss?
Well, no, we were having a good discussion. So CW operators, good operators, bad operators, that kind of thing.
Brian starts that argument all the time. Of course, happy Veterans Day to everybody out there, but thank you to all our vets for the service they've given this country, and don't really have anything else. Just kind of tune in.
Yeah, very good. It reminded me. I know it's great to be a veteran. Don't misunderstand me what I'm saying here. Funny to me, in a kind of a evil way. When they had the first Gulf War and they were bringing up reserve units, and they showed, if you remember that event in the early 90s, and all of these people who had been in the reserves, meetings once a month and 2 weeks a year or whatever they do, and they're being called up to serve, and you get a lot of women showing. They were going to the airport, putting their whole thing together, and they're crying their brains out because they're being deployed. And I went, so you think the reserves are a good club to be in to get paid, with uniforms? Which used to crack me up, because you go, that's why you joined me. I don't know. It was funny to me.
I hear you.
Of course, there were times I wished I could have gotten out of it.
Yeah, it's not something that everybody wants to do or whatever, and everybody has their own reasons for doing something or not doing something. Especially those in the family.
Oh yeah, that's why when I take those things well. I mean, I think we tell people I appreciate them so much, because I see it if I'm wearing a hat, it's sort of my veteran's hat, as people mention it, but it's not. But they can't thank those that really gave their life, or they're disabled and they can't even get out of the house. You know what I'm saying? So it's really the people who gave it all.
I hear you. I understand that as well. Those are the people that more than others sometimes, and we appreciate those folks. Same goes along with our police and fire people. Everybody out there that does those services for our communities.
Of course, we lose policemen every year, a couple, 300. I don't know the numbers, but it's more than I'd like to think happen. We also lose firefighters and one of the guys I served with in the Navy, it was his goal to be a firefighter. He did. He became a firefighter with the New York Fire Department. And years after, this is back in the 70s, but he died in a fire. He fell through a roof and he was burned to death. No, no, obviously not. But again, whether it's the military, police, or fire, you have to be a dedicated person who's willing to take those risks. I mean, there's no question about
That's very correct, sir.
it. Anyway, anything else for the net, Kerry?
Negative. Just turn it back over to you, and you can send that cold weather back up to your family up north somewhere and get it out of here. I'm already tired of it.
Love it until I realize, like, hey, I'm paying for the gas heating this house. Anyway, well, anywhere. Now we're going to fall back into the sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, and lackeys. How about procrastinators? You can check in now for last Wednesday's net, or even the previous Saturday's net if you want to, and I'll still check in. All righty, we're just going to do that. We had 26 people check in. I was surprised we missed James. He must have been busy. James usually checks in about the same. As soon as the east is called, he usually jumps right in there. Anyway, we had 26 in there tonight. A decent number of people, and it's always good to have no matter who shows up, because it's only the important people that show up. We're going to move right over to what's the next one we do? Oh yeah, 144-240. 144-240, and we'll see you there unless I hear a complaint. I don't take complaints anyway. Okay, we're moving over to 144-240. And it'll be followed by 50.135. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Look for check-ins on 144-240 from the, wherever I was, from the north. Please come now. Anybody from the north, please come now. Anybody from? I'm sorry, who was that last one? Who's the one you said you made it?
Kilo 50. I'm the only one. I'm not hearing anybody else out there.
Okay, you got a big strong signal there, Kerry. Very good. That was Kerry, Kilo 50. Who else is wherever I was? North, please. North or west?
KI4WBZ, RF, and KN4TKF.
All right, very good. I heard Chris in there, KI4WBZ. They're in Hermitage, and I heard Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot and Kilo November 4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot, both in Ashland City. All good signals. Your signal's better here than it is on FM, I think, tonight there, Michael.
Well, I think so too.
All right, very good. You copying everybody else okay so far?
Not everybody, but some.
All right, very good. That was Michael and for KM for YRF, and then it's KN for TJF, and also we had Chris in there, KI4 WBZ and Hermitage West.
KG4 LV, Jack and Donaldson.
Very good, Jack. Got you in there solid. Who was the other station?
KO4 MKB.
Ah, very good. Got Doug in there. Kilo Delta 4, no, Kilo Oscar 4, excuse me, Mike Kilo Delta. In what you call it, Greenbrier, or I got that right. Thank you. You have a good signal as well there. Yes, you got a great signal. I was trying to think ahead here. Who else is wherever I was, north or west?
KD4 CVE, Greg and India.
Yeah, very good, Greg. Good signal as well. Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. Are you hearing all the stations?
Everybody, I heard everybody but the Greenbrier station, I believe.
Okay, very good. Greenbrier station was not heard by Greg and Anthea. Who else is west or south?
KC4TNQ.
You sound good. You copying people good tonight there, Charles?
Yeah, by the time I got the jumpers turned over, I could heard most everybody. I heard the one in Antioch, and you got an excellent signal tonight.
Ah, very good. Very good. Glad to hear it. I still got work to do on that 2-meter vertical. I got to get it relocated. I haven't taken the time to do that. But anyway, that was Charles. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango, November, Quebec, hearing a lot of stations. Who else is, and he's in Nashville. Who else is west or south? We'll try that again. West, south, or east?
KG4CXE, Chris in Royal.
All right, we got Chris in there. Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-ray Echo with a very good signal. Where did I start? So I started from the north. That's why east is good. Anybody else east? Any other stations east? Please come down. Anybody where? Please come down. KA3CTP. You sound like you're off an odd frequency there, Brian.
Okay, well, I'll wind it up a little bit. Ain't better there?
Oh, I can hear you just fine. You just sound like you're off frequency. You sound more like Donald Duck tonight. Not that bad. If you hear yourself on the net here at 53 minutes after the hour, you'll see what I'm talking about. No, it definitely doesn't sound like you, Brian. But anyway, you do have a decent signal. It's just that the voice is off a little bit. That was Kilo Alpha 3 Charlie Tango Papa in Hendersonville. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere? All right, that's the last chance we're going to look for lollygaggers, lurkers, and sandbaggers tonight. I was waiting. I wanted to know if there was anybody out there. But anyway, we had 11 on sideband. We're going to move right over to 6 meters, 50.135, 50.135, and we'll go from there. K4PEW. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Looking for check-ins on 6 meters coming from the north. Please come now. Anybody north? Please come now. North or west? Please come now.
KO4OTB.
Very good. I got Joel in there. Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Tango Victor. Who else was the other station? KI4WBZ. Very good. You sound pretty good tonight, Chris. You copy me okay, Chris? All right, no, very good. I got you. And there was a double in there. That's why I didn't hear you the first time. That's KI4WBZ, Chris in Hermitage. Who else is north or west? Anybody north or west? All right, got you in there, Greg. There was another double, but that was Greg and Antioch. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Who else was west? KC4TNQ. Your station seems a little low tonight. Was that normal for you, Charles? Oh no, that's true because I'm actually horizontal. And I think that's where we're losing some of it. You're absolutely right. Very good. It was another. That was Charles. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec in Nashville. Who else was in there just that moment? One more time. Oh, was that Mike Kilo Delta in Greenbrier? Am I hearing that correctly, everybody?
It's Doug in Greenbrier.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it was. I wasn't. I was pretty sure because it was fairly weak tonight for me, and I was pretty sure I heard the station, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of people good tonight.
Ah, very good. Let me check you in there. That was KO. Oh, you already checked in. What am I talking about? Can't check you in twice. That would be illegal, man. Oh, we don't have any rules. I'll check in people 3 times just to make the numbers look good. Who else? In wherever I was. Did I get the east and north? Anybody anywhere? Please come down.
KG4CXE, Chris in Royal.
Ah, very good. Hey, you never did post that thing for me, did you?
Oh man, I forgot. I'll do it right now. I've got the computer on.
Well, you're as good as me. I forgot to remind you when you didn't do it the next day.
Yeah, let me go dig it up and I'll repost it.
All right, that'd be great. No, I could look myself, but I'm not sure what I'd be looking for. I guess I just look for all your posts, you know.
Yeah, I should be able to find it pretty quick. Like I said, I'm on the computer, so it's actually a perfect task for me to go through.
Very good. That was Chris, Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo with a big signal out of Rural Hill. Who else is any place anywhere? Nobody else? Lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, etc. Oh, I think I heard you. Did I hear Kilo 5 Sierra in there? Ah, very good. Signal's very low tonight. I don't know if it's been worse or better in the past, but it's very low tonight. That was Kerry and Baird's Mill, Kilo 5 Sierra. He's check-in number 8. Anybody else? Is anybody copying any stations I can't hear? All righty, a negative there. One more time before we close out the net. This is Kilo 4 Pop Echo Whiskey with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net here on 6 meters upper sideband. And if we have any more check-ins, please come now. Nothing heard. We'll close out the net with 8 on sideband 6 meters, and we had 11 on sideband 2 meters, 144, 240, and 26. And then, of course, we had 5 on DMR, and we had 5 on, well, I forget now. 5 on DMR, 5 on D-Star, and I think 7 on Fusion. Anyway, it's all good. I'll be getting an email out, and you guys have a good night. K4PEW closing on that.